special for us, and we all have gathered here for the day to make it more important. So this is your host Ashwin, thanking all for joining to this joyful event. This year, as already we have seen, it is a roller coaster. So even in this pandemic situation, we have moved forward at a great speed, and our branches and departments have contributed more with their dedication and commitment towards the organization's growth and its mission. I would like to congratulate all SELCO colleagues who fought like warriors during this critical situation. Now I request our General Manager, Mr. Jagdish Pai sir, to carry out the welcome address for this event.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಶ್ವಿನ್. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು 27ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾದಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕಳೆದ 26 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು 7 ಬೀಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಕನಸು ಒಂದು ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಅನುಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಮಾನದ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಸುಮಾರು 5-6 ಜನರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾದ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇವತ್ತು 500-600 ಜನರೊಂದಿಗೆ ವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಸುಮಾರು 60ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಗಳು, 5 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವರ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಹಸನುಗೊಳಿಸಿರುವುದು ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಅಭಿಮಾನದ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ವರ್ಷದ ಕೊನೆಯ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನಾ ದಿನವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸಲು ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕಳೆದ 26 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸಾಧನೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ವರ್ಷ 100 ಕೋಟಿಗೂ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ಮೈಲಿಗಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸಾಧಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಸದೃಢವಾದ ನಾಯಕತ್ವ, ಮುಂದುವರಣೆಯ ವೈಚಾರಿಕತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕವಾದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು ಕಾರಣ ಎಂದು ಪರಿಗಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿತೈಷಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಂಡಳಿಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹರೀಶ್ ಅಂದೆ ಅವರು, ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಮಸ್ ಪುಲ್ಲಂಕ ಅವರು, ಎಲಿನಾ ಕೆಸೋಲರಿ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ MS ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಉತ್ತೇಜಕವಾದ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಡಲು ಸಮ್ಮತಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ CEO ಶ್ರೀ ಮೋಹನ್ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ್ ಹೆಗಡೆ ಅವರು ಮುಂದಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ ವಿಚಾರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಜನರನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡುವವರು. ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಚೇರಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ವಿಭಾಗ ನೋಡುವ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಪುಷ್ಪಾ ಅವರು, ಧಾರವಾಡದ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ನ ಚಂದ್ರಕಲಾ ಅವರು ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಖೆಯ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುವ ಚಿಕ್ಕೋಡಿ ಶಾಖೆಯ ಉಮಾದೇವಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಸಹಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ಹಿರಿಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾದ ಜೋಬಿ ವಿಕೆ ಅವರು, ಉದಾ ಜಾಫರ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಾರಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಶುಭಾಶಂಸೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಖೆಯ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು, ವಿಭಾಗಗಳ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರು, ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಹಿತೈಷಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಹಾಗೂ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಂ ನೀಡುವ ವಿದುಷಿ ಮೇಘ ಭಟ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you, sir, for your addressing. Now we are moving on to the next segment, Lightning of the Lamp by Sarah Alexander ma'am from SELCO Foundation, Uda Jaffer ma'am from SELCO Foundation, Joby sir from SELCO Foundation, Kushbu Agarwal from SELCO India, Sudipta sir from SELCO India, and Supriya ma'am from Sustain Plus. Please lighten the lamp, everyone. Thank you everyone for lighting the lamp. Now I request Vidushi Mega Bhatt ma'am to sing a prayer Prarthana Gita for us. Over to you, Mega Bhatt ma'am.
Namaste everyone. I will be singing a prayer song on Lord Ganesha. Gajananam Bhutaganaadisevitam Kapittajambu Phalasara Bhakshitam Umasutam Shokvinashakaranam Namami Namami Vigneshwara Padapankajam Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Siddhi Sadana Gajavadana Vinayaka Kripa Sindhu Sundara Sabalayaka Siddhi Sadana Gajavadana Vinayaka Kripa Sindhu Sundara Sabalayaka Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Modaka Priya Muda Mangaladata Vidyavaridhi Buddhi Vidhata Modaka Priya Muda Mangaladata Vidyavaridhi Buddhi Vidhata Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Mangata Tulasi Dasa Tulasi Dasa Tulasi Dasa Mangata Tulasi Das Kar Jore Basai Ram Siya Manas More Mangata Tulasi Das Kar Jore Basai Ram Siya Manas More Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana
Thank you, Mega Bhatt ma'am. That was a really wonderful prayer. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next segment. So now we are moving to the next segment for experience sharing. First, I request Pushpa ma'am, Senior Manager from SELCO India, to share her experience. Over to Pushpa ma'am.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕೋತ್ಸವದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ನಾನು ಪುಷ್ಪಾಂಜಲಿ. ಕಳೆದ 9 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ. ಆಗ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಡೇ ಟು ಡೇ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಗಳಾದ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್, ರೆಸೀಟ್, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಈ 9 ವರ್ಷದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೆಲವು ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಗಳು ಬಂದವು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ನ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 6 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾಗೂ TDS, GST ಹಲವಾರು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ಕಲಿತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 2018-19ರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಡೇಟಾ ERP ಗೆ ಮೈಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರಿ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಗಳ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್, ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಗಳಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಟೀಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ERP ಗೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. 2019-20ರ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಮಂತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಸಮಯದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗೆ 2020-21ರ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಯನೂ ಶುರುವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆಫೀಸಿನ ವಾತಾವರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಮನೆಯ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಆಫೀಸಿನ ಕೆಲಸದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮನೆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಇದೇ ಮೊದಲು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಕಾಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ERP ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರಿಂದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಲು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಝೂಮ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವರ್ಕ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು, ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಇಯರ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ 2020-21ರ ಕೊನೆಯ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂದರೂ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಈ ಕೆಲವು ಅನುಭವಗಳನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. I would like to conclude that over this period of 9 years, SELCO has majorly contributed in all around development of my professional career and in understanding the different dynamics of accounting and finance. Over the last year, we have all learned that no amount of challenges or difficult situation can break us down if we all work together as a team. I would again like to thank for giving this opportunity to share my experience. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Pushpa ma'am, for sharing your experience. Now I request Uma Devi ma'am, Office Administrator from Chikkodi branch, to share her experience.
Hello. Hello.
Uma ma'am?
Hello.
Yeah, you can talk ma'am. You can start.
Okay. Okay sir. Okay, thank you. नमस्ते एवरीवन. सेल्को फाउंडेशन दिन की आप सबको शुभकामनाएं. मैं आज रिजुवेटिंग लाइवलीहुड ड्यूरिंग कोविड इन नॉर्थ कर्नाटका इस सब्जेक्ट पे बात करें. लास्ट ईयर से हम लोग कोविड पैंडेमिक को फेस कर रहे हैं. इसकी वजह से पूरा देश अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट और बहुत सारा माइग्रेशन से जूझ रहा है. इस पैंडेमिक का इम्पैक्ट लोगों की जीवन शैली में पड़ा है. नॉर्थ कर्नाटका में भी इसका प्रभाव देखने को हमें मिला है. लेकिन सेल्को की तरफ से जो लाइवलीहुड प्रोग्राम इम्प्लीमेंट किए जाते हैं, उसकी वजह से बहुत सारा माइग्रेंट और एम्प्लॉयमेंट पर्सन्स को खुद का स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने के लिए एक मौका मिला और कई लोगों में जीवन को नई तरीके से जीने की उम्मीद जगी, तो कई लोगों का इनकम सोर्स भी इंक्रीज हुआ है। सेल्को में इस वर्ष टोटल 3,836 लाइवलीहुड सिस्टम को इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं। उसमें से रोटी रोलिंग मशीन, प्रिंटर, सुइंग मशीन, ब्लोअर, पोट्री व्हील, फ्रिज, रोप मेकिंग मशीन, शुगर केन जैसे कई सिस्टम को इंक्लूड किया गया है। इसमें से लाइवलीहुड सिस्टम इंस्टॉल किए हुए बेनिफिशियरीज की सक्सेस स्टोरी आज मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहती हूँ। महादेवी कोटगी फ्रॉम बैलोंगल। 4 years बैक महादेवी ने जीने की उम्मीद ही खो दी थी। इसकी घर की हालत बहुत ही खराब थी। उसका उस समय ऑपरेशन हुआ था और डॉक्टर्स ने उसको बेड रेस्ट सजेस्ट किया था। उसके पास स्टिचिंग स्किल होने के बावजूद भी उसकी बीमारी और फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज की वजह से उसने अपना सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस खो दिया था। उसका लोन अकाउंट भी एनपी हुआ था। उस समय वो खापरी के घर में किराए पे रहती थी। हमारे सेल्को के एम्प्लॉय उसके बारे में और उसके स्टिचिंग स्किल के बारे में जब उनको पता चला तो उन्होंने उसको कांटेक्ट करके हमारा सोलर ब्रेस्ट स्विंग मशीन के बारे में उससे बातचीत की और उसका सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट करने की कोशिश की। थोड़ी ही दिन में महादेवी ने सोलर ब्रेस्ट स्विंग मशीन परचेज करके स्टिचिंग चालू किया। थोड़े ही वक्त में उसका बहुत सारा ऑर्डर आना शुरू हुआ, तो उसने 4 लोगों के साथ ये काम पूरी मेहनत और लगन से आगे बढ़ाया। अभी महादेवी ने 3 लाख रुपीस देख के आरसीसी बिल्डिंग लीज पे लिया है और 7 लाख रुपीस देख के न्यू एक साइट परचेस किया है। अब उसका ये सपना है कि खुद का एक गारमेंट कंपनी शुरू करके वो और बेहतर लोगों को और ज्यादा लोगों को रोजगार उपलब्ध करके दे सके और सिल्को ने जैसे उनको एम्पावर किया है वैसे ही बहुत सारे लोगों को वो एम्पावर कर सके। ये थी महादेवी की उम्मीदों की उड़ान। दूसरी सक्सेस स्टोरी है शंकरप्पा गोराबाद। ये हुली विलेज से आते हैं। शंकरप्पा का 10 by 8 फीट में जगह में एक होटल है। उस होटल में उसका इनकम इतना ज्यादा नहीं था। हमारे सेल्को के एम्प्लॉय ने उससे मिलके उसका डीसी फ्रिज परचेस करने का सजेशन दिया, बट कुछ फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज की वजह से वो एग्री नहीं हो रहे थे। लेकिन सेल्को ने उसको केवीजीगी बैंक से लोन प्रोवाइड करने में मदद की और उसके होटल में 240 लीटर का डीसी फ्रिज इंस्टॉल किया। 2 ही मंथ में शंकरप्पा के बिजनेस में सुधार आया और वो बैंक का रीपेमेंट भी अच्छी तरह से करने लगा। शंकरप्पा ने हमारे पास दूसरा डीसी फ्रिज परचेस करने की आशा व्यक्त की और उसने वो थोड़े ही दिन में वो परचेस भी किया। शंकरप्पा अभी हुली विलेज का 80% एरिया मिल्क, कर्ड, कोल्ड ड्रिंक ये सब प्रोवाइड करता है और उसने सब लोन का रीपेमेंट भी किया है। वो बहुत खुश है कि वो इकोनॉमिकली इतना सस्टेन हुआ है। इसी शॉर्ट नोट पे मैं आशा व्यक्त करती हूँ कि हमारे सोलर लाइवलीहुड प्रोडक्ट से लोगों का जीवन अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर चला जा रहा है। थैंक यू मुझे ये अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए। प्लीज वियर मास्क, स्टे हेल्दी, स्टे सेफ। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Uma ma'am, for sharing your experience. Next, moving forward, I request Chandrakala ma'am, Senior OA from Dharwad Material Lab, to share her experience.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಚಂದ್ರಕಲಾ. ಧಾರವಾಡ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ OA ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕಳೆದ 13 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾನು ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. 2008 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. 2008 ಇಂದ 2012 ತನಕ CSD ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನ್ ಆಗಿನೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ 2013 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಧಾರವಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ವಿ. ಧಾರವಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇವಾಗ 18 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಲಾಜಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿನೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಲಾಜಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಂದು ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್, ಇವಾಗ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋ IBMs ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ IBMs ಇಂತಿಂತ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಇವ್ರು, ಇಂತಿಂತವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. IBM ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ IBM ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ PO ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ PO ತರಿಸಿ ಆ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ನ MRN ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗೋ ತನಕನು ನಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ IBM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನು ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿದೇನೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ IBM ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕನು ನಮ್ದೊಂದು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರತ್ತೆ. IBM ಅದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ. ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈವ್ಲಿಹುಡ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನು ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ದವರೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾಗಿರತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಗೆ ಬರೋ ತನಕನು ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಗೂ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ವೆಂಡರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ತರಿಸಿದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ಆ ತರ ಆಯ್ತು ಈ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನು ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದು, ನಾವು ವೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಂದು ಡೈಲಿ ರೋಟೀನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Thank you very much to SELCO family for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrakala ma'am, for sharing your experience. So moving on to the next segment. So wishes from SELCO Foundation team. Now I request Mr. Joby sir to share his wishes.
First of all, congratulations to all the SELCO family members. ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಮುಚ್ಚೋಗುವ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಷನ್. This year it is very special because this year, as we know that we are on a very high numbers and targets. Mohan sir will reveal that number later. But what struck me was that we are covering almost like 50,000 families in a year. If I look into as a social enterprise, that is the prime responsibility of a social enterprise, which really helps that 50,000 families to make their livelihood, helping their health or related other activities. So more than that, our revenue, it is that service to the society or service to the humanity, it is more important. And showing that way that social enterprise at this situation also can make profit and can run it. And as every one of us know that now, as per many data, 60 to 70% social enterprises are almost closed or in the verge of closure. We are showing a way to the world that there is a way to survive. There is a way, if you have the real connect with the people and the community and the right approach, the social enterprises can survive and can drive forward. So first of congratulations to all the SELCO family members. Thank you.
Thank you, Joby sir, for your wonderful wishes. So now I request Huda Jaffer, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to one and all, and wishing everyone in the SELCO family a very happy birthday. Many congrats on this tremendous feat. I think it's really something that nobody else can imagine how this has been achieved during such a struggle and the struggle that went behind it. And I think truly when people have said that, we worked together to really achieve something that was almost deemed impossible. So I just want to say that, truly, I think everyone, I'm honored to be a part of the SELCO family in any small way. And I think we should all be extremely proud of what SELCO India has achieved today. It's really something that's an inspiration to everyone, not just in Karnataka and India, but globally. I think it's a tremendous inspiration. So I just want to say many congrats, and I'm very happy to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Huda ma'am, for your wishes. Now I request Sarah Alexander ma'am to share her wishes.
First of all, congratulations to everybody at SELCO. Like Joby and Huda and many others have spoken before me. This has been a tremendous year, SELCO, so it's a special year. Special congratulations are in order. But for me, I think what may seem as an extraordinary year to many people, for me, I feel is almost an ordinary year for SELCO in many ways. Because for SELCO, from the time I have known SELCO and joined SELCO, an obstacle has always been an inspiration in SELCO. Whether with COVID, without COVID, I feel SELCO's approach would have been the same. Press, refresh, strategize, innovate, find a new way. And so for me, what may seem extraordinary to so many people is just the everyday normal of every single person working in SELCO. And for that, I am hugely grateful to be a small part of it. I think all of you as well, I speak for everyone at the foundation and fund and incubation as well, that we are a small part of that journey for all of you. And in the 25 years that I've known many of you, there are 3 things that I have learned: humility, hard work, and perseverance. And I think that is really what makes every single human being in SELCO extraordinary. So once again, congratulations on your birthday, on what for me is another extraordinary year in the many 25 years of extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah ma'am. So consolidating with all the SELCO Foundation wishes, so they all indicated like it should be the team spirit with all our colleagues like SELCO India, SELCO Foundation, as well as other entities, all put together in this critical COVID situation. Also, we have done tremendous job. So thank you all for your wishes. Moving on to the next segment. Now I request Vidushi Megabhat ma'am to entertain us with her musical performance. Over to you, Megabhat ma'am.
Next, I will be presenting a devotional song on Devi Sharade. Hamsavahini Sharade, Hamsavahini Sharade, Veena Vinodini Sharade, Veena Vinodini Sharade, Bhavaraga Vinodini Vidyadayini Sharade, Vidyadayini Sharade. Jaya Devi Sharade, Vidya Visharade, Jaya Devi
ಶಾರದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ವಿಶಾರದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರದೆ ವರದೆ ಶುಭದೆ ಜಯ ದೇವಿ ಶಾರದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ವಿಶಾರದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರದೆ ವರದೆ ಶುಭದೆ ಜಯ ದೇವಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ವಾಸಿನಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ವಾಸಿನಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ವಾಸಿನಿ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ ವದನೆ ತಮೋಹಾರಿ ವರದೆ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ ವದನೆ ತಮೋಹರಿ ವರದೆ ಜಯ ದೇವಿ ಶಾರದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ವಿಶಾರದೆ ಜಯ ದೇವಿ ಶಾರದೆ ब्रह्महृदयेश्वरी देवी वागीश्वरी ब्रह्महृदयेश्वरी देवी वागीश्वरी पाहि परमेश्वरी तुषार शिखरेश्वरी पाहि परमेश्वरी तुषार शिखरेश्वरी भावरागलय ताळ ज्ञानाविलोले भावरागलय ताळ ज्ञानाविलोले काश्मीरपुरवासिनि वीणा विनोदिनी काश्मीरपुरवासिनि वीणा विनोदिनी जय देवी शारदे विद्या विशारदे जय देवी शारदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शारदे जय देवी शारदे जय देवी शारदे
Thank you, Mega Ma'am, for your wonderful song. Moving on to the next segment. So now I request our CEO, Mohan Bhaskara Hegde sir, to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ದಿನ. 26 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾದಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ 27ನೇ ವರ್ಷ ಇವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 26 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಜರ್ನಿಯನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇತ್ತೋ, the energy can elevate the poverty. If there is a proper service, the establishment can survive. ಈ ತರ ಎರಡು ಮಿತ್ಗಳು. Social enterprises can survive. ಈ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಗಳು ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. But as on today, all these three principles ensure that it is proven, it is possible everywhere. So this happened because of the long journey and the support from all the corner of the society. SELCO के ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೂರಾರು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗಳ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿರಬಹುದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಅದು ಈಗಿನ ಕೆನರಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಆಗಿನ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಅಂದಿನ ಮಲಪ್ರಭಾ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನೇತ್ರಾವತಿ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಬಿಜಾಪುರ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ವರದಾ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂದಿನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಕಾಸ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಈಗಿನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, SKDRDP, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಹೀಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು, BEL ಇರಬಹುದು, RECF ಇರಬಹುದು, ಪ್ರಧಾನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, 3M ಇರಬಹುದು, ಸಹಯೋಗ್, FPA, GIZ, ಆಗಾ ಖಾನ್, ನೀಡ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ NGOಗಳು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗಳು, MIT ಇರಬಹುದು, ಯೇಲ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್, other universities. There are several universities supported SELCO in education field. There are several government organizations, semi-government organizations supported SELCO in the long journey. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. This year is very special year for SELCO India because today we will book the revenue of 100 crores. In the initial stages, the year production, the sale of units was less than 500. But as of today, the yearly sale of units is around 50,000. Out of 50,000, the accurate number is 49,740. But tomorrow one more day is there. So definitely 260 may come. Out of 49,740 systems, we sold small systems, that is for small families, 35,585 numbers. Livelihood systems added to SELCO last 10 years. After our SELCO foundation started, the livelihood product started. So that number is 3,836. Under education portfolio, we have done Anganwadi, 200 Anganwadis and 326 smart class projects only in this current year. If we added cumulatively, the education systems will be more than 3,500. There are several health projects we did in association with several partners. That number is 125 in the last year. Though this number is not great number, but the achievement for this number is extremely good. I would like to take you to our SELCO branches. What is the uniqueness of our branches? And it is an opportunity to take you to all around all the branches. Please come with me. There is a Bailongal. Bailongal branch is specialized for power hammer sales with bank finance. There is a Mandya branch. This is the first branch who took the loan from State Bank of India. State Bank of India getting the loan is the biggest task because they are centralized for the cities and urban areas. Rural entrepreneur they have financed. Puttur, Puttur Selco's first branch. Solar stone grinding system has been installed in association with SELCO Foundation in Puttur branch. Beltangadi branch. There is a 5 HP solar system, and the uniqueness of this system is, this is Gram Panchayat using this system to supply the all-time water to the families in Beltangadi area. Kundapur. Kundapur, there are several special projects. $180 numbers of bank loans. This is the highest number of bank loans happened during last financial year from Kundapur branch. Chamarajanagar, everyone knows that it is one of the aspirational district. In that district, they sold 9 solar pumps and 2 floor mill systems. It's a unique system. In Mangalore, they sold 100 liters fridge system, and Ramanagara pottery wheel system. Pottery means we always remember Kundapur, but this time there is a installation of pottery wheel at Ramanagar also. Kasaragod, other state district, double cluster milking machine. This is one of the other state, and Kasaragod we did like this. Going to Udupi, more than 35 mission support systems they did. Kumta, more religious systems. Chitrapur Mutt, there is several other religious systems they have installed. Shimoga, 100% mission support systems installed in Shimoga district, the center of Karnataka. Chikballapur district, Chikballapur means solar water heater systems. Highest number of solar water heater systems installed in Chikballapur district. And also floor mills. Shirsi, a model labor ward is getting inaugurated on 11th in association with SELCO Foundation colleagues. Hosanagara, BVT Sustain Plus projects are there. And one model village is there in Hosanagara. RMB supported systems are there. Hubli, Gadag University support. Everybody has to visit Gadag because there is a replica model of Sabarmati Ashram in Gadag University, and it is a model. It is really a model, and that Sabarmati Ashram is getting lighted by SELCO solar system. In Bagalkot, PHC support systems are visible. In Belgaum, Chapoli village, very recently in association with Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank and Rotary, the Chapoli model village has been announced. Samastipur, Bihar system, have crossed today 1 crore. 1 crore of Bihar's first branch. RECF and MFI support projects are there in Samastipur. Chitradurga. Chitradurga means everybody knows because many visitors are going to that because of livelihood systems. Bike, cart and Saura Kutira is there in Chitradurga. Davangere, APD system is there. Physically challenged institutions, they have supported one of the model system of our projects department. Haveri, there is puff rice making system supported. Kushalnagar, chips manufacturing systems and juice making supported there. Sindhanur, rope making systems. Ballari, agriculture based systems. 2 or 3 agriculture based systems are there in Bellary. Bidar, floor mill and kiosk. Gulbarga, Kalburgi, that is for dal mill. Koppal, lighting support to the farmers' direct marketing systems. They are facing the problem of lighting, and it has been supported to farmers, and it is one of the hawker model of the last year. Mysore tribal hut tuition centers, 30 homes has been supported. Bijapur tele livelihood center, Bijapur and Sindhi. Tumkur solar support to oxygen machine. Please see, this is a social support. There was a patient who is suffering from always to get the oxygen because oxygen machinery was not proper because of poor grid connection. It has been supported now by solar systems. So credit to Tumkur. Chikmagalur, yesterday I visited Chikmagalur branch. They have gone to the new space. 4 crores they have crossed revenue this year. There is an entire village under solar, 60 houses are there. Madurai branch, I hope tomorrow they will cross 1 crore. That again, Tamil Nadu's first 1 crore branch. Tirunelveli, tribal loan has been given last year at Tirunelveli branch. Tirunelveli branch is one of the smallest branch, but they had given the tribal loan last year. Tiptur, solar power hammer is there. Once upon a time, Tiptur is meant for highest number of butter churner. Sulya, cooperative systems and inverter systems. Hassan, street vendors support. And Hassan is the branch who crossed 6.5 crores of revenue yesterday. Champion branch since last continuously 4 years. Pune branch, there are several systems done. Maharashtra, one village, Wavelwadi, district of Raigad. It was affected very deeply by cyclone. For that, with 50% support of SELCO India, as well as 50% of the beneficiaries, we have supported 70 houses there in Pune during the COVID period. Raichur, you know, for the BEL systems, and now other government supported systems, Anganwadi and Yadgir districts, Anganwadi and DEP systems. Jamui, need MFI is there, MFI support branch. Dharwad, SELCO's one of the first branch. They have crossed yesterday 2 crores. That was the history of Dharwad of crossing 2 crores. Puff rice systems, 6 numbers of puff rice system loan has been given by the bank. Chikkodi, flour mill systems. Karkala, printer system. Karkala is unique for printer systems. These are the branches. Several different systems have been done. And our projects department from head office, they have done several model projects. Jyoti Niwas at Bengaluru, centralized solar street lighting system, we can see. Why I am highlighting all these? If you don't know anything, if you wanted to visit and other things, please visit all these areas. This is an opportunity to note down. Jyoti Niwas is very near. Centralized street lighting systems, 5.85 kilowatt system. Nature conservation of foundation, customized solar power pump system, 6 pumps and 22 home lighting systems. Don Bosco at Hassan, ITI in Hassan town. They have, it is a 15.85 kilowatt system, and it is for hostel, computer labs and kitchen applications. Yadugiri Yatiraj Mutt, one of the religious mutt, they have given this community lighting and lighting in rural households. See the religious system supporting to the rural community activities. Water pumps in Gram Panchayat, I already told in Beltangadi. Lingarajpuram migrant workers. During COVID period, 600 workers went back. They came back after some time. When they are seeing no huts. It has gone to the fire. They approached SELCO and 40 houses has been lightened during the COVID period and another 60 houses supposed to light. This is a challenge during the COVID period and it is a satisfactory because they are all satisfied because of lights. Voice of World at Kolkata. It is our SELCO Foundation project, supported project. 2 times they affected with destroyed the entire system during cyclone Amphan, but now it is reconstructed. These are the achievements of SELCO. The other departments, HR department, they supported all the way, giving us necessary informations to each and every employees. The each and every employee's track record was there in HR department. All the facilities supposed to be given. At the same time, without any delay, this has been given to all the staff. The accounts, finance, statutory department, they have fulfilled all the targets, what we are supposed to pay, the tax, dues to the government, balance sheet, etc. All statutory works, everybody has completed in time. Our business associates and financial institution and marketing departments, they have done all the payments wherever it's supposed to be done, all the payments in time. Logistics departments, around 100 crores turnover when the company is doing. All the 3 material labs, Bangalore, Manipal and Dharwad material lab, they have supplied all the materials. 2 times our vehicle got accidented. Even then, material reaching to the end point was not delayed. Hats off to the logistics department. They have negotiated to the core, and we are having the challenge next year to decrease the price. Suppliers are urging us to increase the price. We wanted to decrease the price. These are the departments. Customer support department. There is a slight setback in the customer support service giving. We, as on today, we have to give around 50,000 plus services, but due to installation, pending work, the CSD has deputed all the staff to the installation team. That was the coordination. And we will come up with a policy next year to complete all the services. Customer support department did that good job. Projects I already told. Design and pricing department. Design and pricing department, our pricing is very systematic. It is customized system. Whenever the prices are going to the field, it is very confident pricing. And the design, we have done more than 600 designs. All the products, all types of designs are available with us. Anytime, anybody can take the support of design and pricing department. Product department is there, which is merged with the projects department. These are the departments of SELCO and operations department. The main department has completed all the tasks in time. Installation, submitting the reports and others. These are the activities we did very timely and very much accurately. ಅಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷದ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ಸಾಧನೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತನ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಾಗಿ ದುಡಿಯಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಲಿಸುವ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳುವುದರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, I wanted to take you to our next few thoughts. Henceforth, we don't want to call it our branches as not just a branches, not just an energy center. It's supposed to be a center of excellence. All our branches and departments supposed to be a center of excellence. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ 10x10 ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಥವಾ 10x20 ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಯಂ ತರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿಯ ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ತೆಗೆದಿಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಬಹುದೊಡ್ಡ ಕನಸಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಹಲವಾರು ರೀತಿಯ ಟೂರಿಸಂಗಳನ್ನ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವವರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ. ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್. ಆದರೆ ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಟೂರಿಸಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ಗಳು ಕವರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನ 4 ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ 4 ಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಟೂರಿಸಂ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿದೆ. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ದಟ್ ಗೈಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಯು ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬೆಳಗಾಂ to Bagalkot, Bagalkot to Bijapur, Bijapur to Gulbarga, Gulbarga to Bidar, Bidar to Yadgir, Yadgir to Raichur, Raichur to Koppal, Koppal to Gadag, Gadag to Dharwad, and last at Hubli airport is very near. Second one, this is North Karnataka energy tourism map. Central Karnataka, Shirsi to Kumta, Kumta to Kundapur, Kundapur to Udupi, Udupi to Hosanagar, Hosanagar to Shivamogga, to Haveri, Davanagere, Bellary and Chitradurga. There is southern west, southwest Karnataka, Mangalore to Puttur, Sulya, Kushalnagar, Mysore, Hassan, Chikmagaluru. Southeast Karnataka, Bangalore, Kolar, Chikballapur, Tumkur, Tiptur, Mandya, Chamarajanagar and Ramanagar. These are the 4 centers. If anybody wanted to have the energy tour map, this is the map. I request our outreach team and PR team to map this, and anytime if anybody calls you, please support them with the guide, proper guide. This time our projects department will not be just a projects department or sales and marketing department. Our projects department will have the list of all the religious institutions, educational institutional, health institutions, government, different departments, and all the departments. We would like to do many things. Special, unique, exclusive products should be there with our projects department. We are seeing projects department should give minimum 50 to 60 crores of revenue in the next 24 months. Service. Once we did green service, we would like to do sure seva. Sure seva. Our seva bandhus are there. We have around 90 Mahila Seva Bandhus, male and female, sorry, total 117 Seva Bandhus with us, 117. Along with customer support department and Seva Bandhus, we would like to do a campaign throughout the year. Every 2 months, there will be a very strict audit on the service part. So we would like to do sure Seva for all the services along with customer support department. Self audit of all the departments. We told last year, but because of COVID, we could not do it. But next year onwards, all our branches and all our departments has to submit their balance sheet every quarter. Accounts and finance department will be solely responsible for this, and branch OAs and managers are accountable for this. Independent training department. Our training department for joinees of SELCO, as well as who wanted to get the learnings in energy, our training department will take care. Institutional relationship department is in charge for this. Independent customers, independent CSR and outreach department. Henceforth, that department will not be a part of the operations department. That will be an independent department, and that department has the targets of associating with several institutional and dignitaries across the world. Extension activities. Since last 2 years, we have not done any extension of SELCO branches, but this time we would like to do 13 branches, 2 in Bihar, 3 in Maharashtra, 3 in Tamil Nadu, 2 in Andhra Pradesh, 2 in Telangana, 1 in Kerala. 13 ho gaya. These are the activities we would like to do. I request all the SELCO colleagues and our partner organizations colleagues, please feel free to ask any questions, any doubts, any your needs and necessities with the available resource of SELCO India. ಮುಂದಿನ 4-5 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ 500 ಕೋಟಿ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂವನ್ನು, 100 ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು, 1000 ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮಹಾ ಕನಸನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಒಂದು ಶುಭಾಶಂಸನೆ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಿಟರ್ಸ್, ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರೀಸ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ಸ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್, ವುಮನ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಈಗ ಇರುವವರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ female and 472 male employees we have as on today. 178 general BAs and 327 women BAs are with us. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ಯಪೂರ್ವವಾದ ಶಕ್ತಿಗೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ವಂದಿಸಿ, ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಆದರೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ವಂದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
Thank you, Mohan sir, for your brief address. You motivated us with your words, and you have shared each and individual branches as well as departments achievements in this financial year, as well as your SELCO's future plan for the upcoming financial year as well. Thank you for your words, sir. Now I request Ms. Elena Casaroli, Director of SELCO India, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. I'm here joining you from Italy, actually my small village in the mountains in northern Italy. And it's a very glorious day here, and it's a very glorious day for all of us for today's celebration. But first, let me just share the overwhelming joy in joining you today, in being part of this journey and being part of extended SELCO family. I want just to share with you also that I recollect very clearly in my mind the first encounter I had with Harish and some of you 9 years ago in a Bangalore office. And I cherish those moments and the many others that follow very, very dearly in my heart, because I understood from the very beginning that you are all very special human beings, because you do care. And caring is not just an aptitude, it's not just a behavior, it's a state of mind. You care for your family, you care for self, you care for your customers, you care for anyone who is around you. And this is why SELCO has always been very special to me, and standing above many others, and very, very for this uniqueness, because what you do and the way you do. This year's celebration, I think, is important, not just because it's another milestone in our history, a long history, 26 years, but because it's the first one after the pandemic break. All of us, I think, have gone through very troubled times, painful times, difficult times. We have seen all around us grief, sorrow, desperation. We have seen people losing their beloved ones and their jobs, their self-confidence, struggling in feeding their families, and still struggling, like many of our customers. And I know that you have been there, standing by them, supporting them, serving our communities. A dear friend used to say to me that at this point of life, it's like we are all castaways looking for some safe shores. And I think that we have gone really through so much in the last 12 months. But despite the grief and sorrow and this gigantic wave of disruption in our lives, we stand here stronger than ever, more united than ever, and more ambitious than ever. We just heard from Wuhan. And we feel collectively, I think, a strong feeling of urgency to act, an urgency to act and to do more and to do better. In the last 12 months, I think we learn how to deal a little bit with the unpredictable. We sail through rough waters, and you did very well. And I'm so grateful for what you have done and for what you do every day. But now we should look at the future that Moana just depicted to us, a very challenging and equally challenging future, a very bright one. And I should just share with you that when Moana first said to us that we have to open 30 new branches, make all our branches a center of excellence and center of uniqueness for the product solution they deploy, I felt like wow, like the wow I feel when I look out of my window at the mountains and their tops that look very beyond my reach, our reach. And I feel that if you have been able to climb very steep mountains in the last 12 months, the way you did, probably we will be very able to achieve these amazing goals that we have in front of us. And there is another issue I care very much, and I want again to share with you. We have to empower women. Women are our asset because they do care as we do care. They look after their families, their communities, their kids. And we have to invest in women and to allow their voice to speak loud, because they really make us even stronger than we stand now today. So just to conclude, I wanted to share with you a quote by a champion I always admire, Muhammad Ali, who said once that champions are not made in gym, but champions are the way they are because something they have inside, deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. And I do feel that we have a vision that will make us champions for our future. Thank you for listening, and thank you very much for the work you do.
That was so sweet. As you mentioned, future is very challenging. So definitely SELCO will take it as a challenge in the upcoming months. In this pandemic, we will take care of our families and all our colleagues, and we will achieve in the future as well. Thank you for your words, ma'am. Next, I request Mr. Thomas Pullankev, sir, our director, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Ashwin. Very good evening to all my colleagues, and happy birthday to the SELCO family. I know it's just the 26th year of SELCO India, but I believe that SELCO India is just the elder brother of the SELCO family. And so I think we can all celebrate with the same enthusiasm and the same happiness that it would have been had it been any one of the arms of the SELCO family. So happy birthday to you all. I think I stand with a sense of great positivity this year when I wish you all wish SELCO a happy birthday and address each one of you, because last year was a very difficult year, and when we celebrated the 25th birthday of SELCO, which was supposed to be celebrated with great, happiness and pomp, we weren't even sure what it would be like, and like we did predict to some extent, the year was a totally different year, a very, very different year in which, anything could have happened. And if anything had happened to SELCO, anything negative had happened, if we had collapsed as an organization, I don't think anybody would have really pointed a finger at us and said, you did wrong or you did badly, because I think the COVID pandemic was something that was unprecedented. And I don't think any one of us, forget any one of us, even, one generation ahead of SELCO as in the organizational level has seen anything like the pandemic before. And so it would have been perfectly justified for SELCO to have done badly, justified to have, deviated from its normal way of growth, sustainability, the mission, and things of that sort. But, it's with great pride that I say today that the SELCO that we dreamt of, the SELCO that we thought, would be what it would be 25 years later when we started SELCO 26 years later when we started SELCO in 1995, is the SELCO that we've had. In a year when the pandemic was at its worst, and when, things were absolutely bleak. I still remember in the beginning of the year, Mohan and the team presenting the financial figures to the board and, showing a very dismal, less than 50% of the previous year's turnover and margins, and showing a huge dip into the reserves that SELCO India had. I could not have faulted Mohan and the team, because that's what we all thought it would be like. And by April and May, we were even more convinced that that's how the situation is going to be. In that year, we've achieved everything. I know all sort of records have been broken. Records have been broken in terms of turnover. We now have reached the 100 crore company that we are. I don't know if Elena understands, but the 100 crore is a magic figure for us Indians. It's something that, we only dream of. That's the sort of figure 100 crores is, and SELCO has achieved that 100 crore figure today. It's not just been a 100 crore year. Mohan was sharing the performance of the company in the last during the last 11 months in the board meeting that we had very recently. And it's been a year of record profits, not record profiteering. It has been a year of record profits simply because we have learned how to cut costs, how to cut corners, how to, restrict all our expenses so that the company need not suffer. And I'm really proud when, Mohan told me that Mohan and Kushbu, when during the board meeting, told me that they were able to not only take out, put back the money that they took from the reserves of the company, but were also able to add to the reserves in a year like that. It's also a year where a branch like Hassan has crossed the annual turnover that I saw when I was managing the operations of the company. 6.5 crores is a mind-boggling figure for one small district in Karnataka that they were able to achieve this year. And I congratulate the entire team for that stupendous effect. It's actually fantastic. And I have no words to say how great it is. I said the same thing last year, thinking 5 crores would be the peak, but then they've shown me that there are higher peaks than 5 crores. And I'm, absolutely impressed. And what is most impressive is what, Elena very clearly said that, it's not, we have proved that we are not just an organization that can make profits. We are not just an organization that can be sustainable, but we are an organization that can stick to our mission irrespective of what happens. This has been a year where SELCO has actually gone out, made record profits, and also proved to the rest of the world that we can also create records in terms of being a caring company, a company that really, will work with the community, will be proactive in all sort of activities that is the need of the community, and in the process, enjoy the confidence of the community and thereby grow along with it. So it's been a year where a lot of if there were myths that SELCO had broken over the years, this is a year where the myth of social enterprises have been broken. Social enterprises can be successful. Social enterprises can be profitable. Social enterprises can be profitable by doing good and doing it in a very good way. And I think that's what the 26th year stood for me. As we move to the 27th year, I heard extremely ambitious plans that Mohan had, but after having seen that year, I don't know whether I should think it's ambitious, but I still think it's, it's a really ambitious plans, but I no longer have any doubts that we will be able to achieve it. When I say, I talk of each one of you, every one of you have contributed to the success that we have been able to achieve in the last 26 years. And I believe that it's going to be your effort that is going to give us this really ambitious growth plans and this ambitious way of becoming a stronger, larger, better corporate entity, truly living to what corporate social responsibility is all about. I wish SELCO, each one of you, each one of us, a very happy 26th birthday of SELCO, and all my best wishes for the coming year. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thomas sir, for your wishes. So next, I request Professor M.S. Sriram sir to address the gathering.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನು ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಂತರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಇದ್ದು ಸುದೀಪ್ ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಬೇಡ, ನೀವು ಲೈವ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಲೈವ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದು ಮೋಹನ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟನೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಹನ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷಣ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರೇ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಒಂಥರ ಪಿಚ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಮೋಹನ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಯ್ತು, ಸಮಯ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದ 26ನೇ ಹುಟ್ಟುಹಬ್ಬ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ ಪಡಬೇಕಾದಂತ ವಿಷಯ. ಥಾಮಸ್ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಷ್ಟದ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ, ಲಾಭವೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಅವರಿಂದಾಗಿಯೇ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಕೋವನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ದೂರದ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ನುಣ್ಣಗೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ದೂರದಿಂದ ನೋಡೋಕ್ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ದೂರದಿಂದ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದ್ದು ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸೋಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಿಜಾನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾನೆ ನಾನು ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬಂದೆ. ಇದರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಸೇರಿದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದಲೂ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಘನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಮನದಟ್ಟಾಯ್ತು. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಕಷ್ಟದ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 25ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ 26ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ವರ್ಗಾಂತರ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋದ ಇಡೀ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಕೀರ್ತಿ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಭ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. I'll just briefly speak for a minute in English. I guess most of you would have understood what I've said in Kannada. This has been one of the most wonderful years for SELCO, while being one of the most difficult years. As Thomas indicated, SELCO has broken all records. I have been watching SELCO from a distance, and it's only recently that I was admitted into the inner portals of SELCO, for which I think I feel greatly honored, and I'm extremely happy to be a part of this family, to be a new member of this family, a family which sort of has great values and great culture and a never say die attitude. It's been a wonderful year of performance, a difficult year of operations, but I guess we'll go ahead and do wonders as we go forward under the leadership of Harish, Thomas, Mohan, Jagdish, and all others, if I may say, who have been trained by me at some point in time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriram sir, for your words. So now I request Dr. Harish Chande sir to address the gathering.
Hello, namaskara elrige. It very felt strange to speak over video. It's like a Mohan Saru, Professor Sriram, Elena, Thomas after, and then a lot of our colleagues. It's like you feel like a tail-ender speaking at the end of the cricket match, right? People have already nearly finished the match, and then I have come here to speak. No, as the board, as Elena said about the emotions of the organization, as Professor Sriram said of the sweetness, whether it's far or nearer, as Thomas said in terms of the mission this year, I think it's when March COVID happened, I was actually looking at our bank balance, and thinking, if we made 0 sales for how many months that we have enough to pay salaries. And that was the nervousness that we all were. And Thomas, myself, Mohan all sat together and said, where do we cut down? What are the expenses that we need to cut down? We were not sure with the lockdown what will happen. Adre, what you have shown is much more than just sales of 100 crores, especially a pandemic year. I'm not thrilled about whether we reached 100 crores or 125 crores. It's a great, great achievement. But what all our colleagues in the branches have actually shown. Oh, so my sound is breaking up. Let me speak. One second. Can you hear me better now?
We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, somebody wrote to me that my sound is breaking. So what I was saying is what the branches have actually shown is that decentralized way of working is the best way to work. That decentralization is much better than centralization. I mean, I'll come to Kannada a little later, but to all our other colleagues from SELCO Foundation, Sustain Plus, to our board, we've been always pushing that centralized system conserve power to one central, and that's exactly why development will not take place. Pandemic was an unfortunate incident for humanity, but it actually proved that decentralization actually works. Whether it was Tumkur, whether it was Hassan, whether it was Kundapur, whether it was Dharwad, whether it was Sindhanur, whether it was the Tamil Nadu branches, Maharashtra branches, Bihar branches, everybody has shown that decentralization can actually work. Decentralization in a manner where you all took your own decision, customize the systems for the people around where you're working, customize the financial innovation, customize the livelihood applications. When a lot of the pictures that we saw on video and photographs and personal experience of migrants going back from Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, anywhere else. But all of you have actually proven that this is critical. Decentralization is the most critical way of development, holistic development. And in a year that you have proven in a manner that with decentralization, you're able to create a truly sustainable organization when 60% to 65% of companies in our sector have collapsed. Forget the other sectors. Other sectors have truly collapsed one way or the other because everybody thinks that centralization and the scale that people talk about, growth is the only way for financial sustainability, which you all have proven. 600 you have proven that that's not the right manner. And you have proven it in the truest of the condition of do or die. ನನ್ನ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಈ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ 25 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಮಾತ್ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಲೈವ್ಲಿಹುಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ. ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಬರ್ದ್ರೆ, how much we write about it on papers, how much we write about it in analysis, how much we talk about growth from 80 crores to 90 crores, that's nothing that any other organization could have done it. I still don't, our biggest achievement is what you have proved is that decentralization is actually actual inclusion. Mohan sir helru Anganwadis, health, it's not 250 centers of education that we did. It's not about 200 hospitals that we have powered by solar, but what you have proven that it's the way of doing it is more important. Decentralized way of powering those health centers that the poor don't have to travel for so many kilometers. So many kids have lost education during pandemic. We have gone back by 5 to 8 years because of the lack of technology divide. But you all have proven that using decentralized approach, decentralized way of education, decentralized way of powering each of those schools, many of the kids did not have to suffer of no education in this year. I think that for me has been the biggest, what you call it as gift that SELCO has given to the world. And if we are able to capture that in one way or the other, because it's not about, again, we are not competing, we're not better, we're not better than anybody else. We don't want to be better than it. Because moment you say we are better than anybody else, we will not be able to solve the world's problems. We want everybody to be as good as we are so that we can solve the world's problems as soon as we can. Don't everybody of us make sure that totally 4.5 billion people who lack access to health. We no longer talk lack access to electricity. We talk about 4 billion people who lack access because poverty comes from not from energy. Poverty comes from lack of opportunities, lack of health, lack of energy, lack of livelihoods, lack of any other facilities of inclusion, lack of ability to create appropriate policies for the poor to come up. And that's exactly what SELCO needs to do, is not to only make sure that we reach 125 crores next year, but are we helping via our family of SELCO Foundation, SELCO Incubation, SELCO Fund, partners, board members, all the others, can we help and work with thousands of others so that by 2030, when the UN has created the SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals, that we are able to show a path that it's not unique about SELCO. It's the uniqueness of the approach. It's not SELCO. Anybody, it's common sense. It's not we should do. It's a human right that we all should do. It's not something unique. It's not very difficult. If you are able to show the way, we will be able to show. Hassan has shown the way. Kundapur has shown the way. Sindhanur has shown the way. Our Bihar branch has actually shown the way. So which is what I would say that is the greatest gift that you all have given to the world this year. That decentralization is the key. And the challenges that Elena spoke about, Professor Sriram and Thomas spoke about, yes, those are challenges that we will face. And that's the summit, that is the bar. I would add to whatever challenge that Mohan has actually given out, saying that every branch should be a center of excellence and center of innovation. It should be a museum. It should be what you call it as the center of spirit, that people come and see what it can be. But I also want to like to give a challenge to my colleagues that next 1 year, are we able to motivate at least 100 other organizations in the world to actually reach a level of sustainability so many other millions of people around the world can actually benefit? That should be our challenge, that how do we motivate, inspire, encourage, and invest in terms of human resources, not in terms of invest in terms of monies, but invest in terms of our time to encourage 100 such organizations to grow around the world. Because purely by saying that SELCO is doing it, yes, we will do it. But is the world moving? We need to look at that. And in next 4 years, in 2025, when SELCO India reaches 30, when SELCO Foundation reaches 15, and we'll have 5 years left for the SDG goals, we should proudly basically say that we have 100 other partners who are going the same level as what SELCO was in 2021. And that's the challenge for all our 600 people, along with our family. Right? So I think it's for all of us a great occasion. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಏನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. 26 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. But now, as I keep saying, 4 years ago, 2017, in Mysore, or sorry, Udupi, I said, it's a time for the second generation to take up more responsibilities to the organization. Take up what Mohan sir was doing 5-7 years ago, what Guru Prakash sir was doing 5-7 years ago. I know you've already handed over some of the departments, each one of you have taken over, but by 2025, I would like to hear the other youngsters taking the hard decisions of where to open branches, hard decisions of where the mission should go, hard decisions about how do we grow the organization and the other 99 organizations that we promise to take over. I want to congratulate a couple of things. As you know, I want to thank so much to the board, Elena and Professor Sriram for joining the board to take it to different challenging times, and we will look forward to your advice. Thomas, as usual, who's the person who brings in the practicality to our decision making in many ways. Thanks to our shareholders, Good Energies, who have been incredible from day one with Marcel, Lemelson Foundation, Doon Foundation, and Russell from S3 IDF, who have played an incredible role in the flexibility of investments and how actual impact investments will make. And I'm sure Elena, by serving on the board, who's been championing the cost of women and impact investment in and across the world, will be a true champion for us, and also will look forward to her advice of learnings from Africa and other parts of the world. And Professor Sriram, who teaches entrepreneurship, is what is required by an organization, SELCO, to cater its message so that it inspires other youngsters to take up what needs to happen one way or the other. To all our suppliers, and which Mohan has already thanked, but also to many of the organizations from USAID, ENCO, I would say Neville Williams, the original board members, the co-founders, who put a lot of trust and faith. And finally, I tell to all my colleagues that we are, what do you call it is, we play with, not play, we play is the wrong word. We are like working with monies which are based on trust. The shareholders have trusted us. And the most importantly, the poor clients, customers have trusted it with the most hard-earned money. And so we have to safeguard those monies on both sides and make sure that the maximum impact is felt by the end users, the clients who've trusted SELCO will actually create an intervention that will lead to a better quality of life, better quality of education, better quality of health and livelihoods. And that trust can never, ever be broken. And that's all we do, is making sure that we are responsible towards that trust. Once you're responsible for that trust, fiduciary and other sustainabilities will automatically follow. Number one is trust. So I thank you, all my colleagues, for this chance to be part of this. Unfortunately, I had to step out for a week, but I'm back on 2nd to again physically congratulate all of you for this tremendous efforts. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಜಗಳ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುವ, ನಾಳಲ್ಲ, April 1st ಇಂದ ಜಗಳ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುವ. Let us celebrate our closing tomorrow and our 26 years, and looking forward to our 27th year. Thank you, Mohan sir. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Adino.
For your words. As you have mentioned, the next year challenge is to motivate the other organizations to achieve the SDG goals. Definitely, SELCO will, and its along with its other partners, will definitely take it as a challenge, and we will achieve that, sir. Thank you, sir. So moving on to the next segment. So now I request Vidushi Megha Bhatt ma'am for her musical performance.
Now I'll be presenting a Kannada devotional song, Toredu Jeevisabahude, written by Saint Kanakadasaru. ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ಬರಿದೆ ಮಾತೆಗಿನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಪೇಳುವೆನು, ಬರಿದೆ ಮಾತೆಗಿನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಪೇಳುವೆನು, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಯ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಪವ ಮಾಡಲು ಬಹುದು, ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಯ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಪವ ಮಾಡಲು ಬಹುದು, ದಾಯಾದಿ ಬಂಧುಗಳ ಬಿಡಲು ಬಹುದು, ದಾಯಾದಿ ಬಂಧುಗಳ ಬಿಡಲು ಬಹುದು, ರಾಯತ ಮುನಿದರೆ ರಾಜವನು ಬಿಡಬಹುದು, ರಾಯತ ಮುನಿದರೆ ರಾಜವನು ಬಿಡಬಹುದು, ಕಾಯಜ ಅಡಿಯ ಬಿಡಲಾಗದು. ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ. ಬರಿದೆ ಮಾತೆಗಿನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಪೇಳುವೆನು, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ. ಪ್ರಾಣವನು ಪರರು ಬೇಡಿದರೆತ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು, ಪ್ರಾಣವನು ಪರರು ಬೇಡಿದರೆತ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನವ ತಗ್ಗಿಸಲು ಬಹುದು, ಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನವ ತಗ್ಗಿಸಲು ಬಹುದು. ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಯಕನಾದ ಆದಿಕೇಶವರಾಯ, ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಯಕನಾದ ಆದಿಕೇಶವರಾಯ. ಜಾಣ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಯ ಬಿಡಲಾಗದು, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ. ಬರಿದೆ ಮಾತೆಗಿನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಪೇಳುವೆನು, ಬರಿದೆ ಮಾತೆಗಿನ್ನು ಅರಿತು ಪೇಳುವೆನು, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ, ತೊರೆದು ಜೀವಿಸಬಹುದೇ ಹರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಚರಣಗಳ. Thank you.
Really nice. I thank you for your wonderful musical performance across this event. Now I would like to thank each and everyone who participated in this event. Our board of directors, our CEO, Mohan sir, as well as GM Jagdish Pai sir, DGMs, all AGMs, and all SELCO colleagues. Thank you.